I believe I just identified this email, People's 91, and you had indicated that the email, as identified as People's 91, you were able to link up to the screenshot that you previously referenced?
That's correct.
Okay. And in this email, as well as the screenshots we've already identified, timestamps of, for example, this one, June 25th, 2009 at 5:54 a.m. Is it accurate with, if the phone is in Los Angeles, that's a timestamp of Los Angeles Pacific Standard Time?
At that time it was Pacific daylight savings time, but yes.
Yes.
It's Pacific time.
Okay. And so, for example, if this particular email was sent from London, the timestamp of 5:54 a.m. is a timestamp here in Los Angeles.
When it was received by the server in Los Angeles. Yes.
Okay. And in this particular email addressed to specifically Hi Conrad, it indicates in the body of that email. May I dim? May we have the lights dimmed, Your Honor?
Certainly.
Quote, the insurers have specifically requested information on the following: press reports. It begins press reports, and then it lists a number of, issues of physical well-being. Is that accurate?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and that was found in the body of the email as represented here in People's 91?
That's right.
Okay. And it goes on after indicating, going through various press reports referencing the artist. It states, as with all insurance policies, there is a duty of full disclosure, and it is therefore vitally important that the information provided is full and complete. Non-disclosure of what insurers subsequently decide is a matter of material fact may lead to the insurance coverage being called into question. Is that accurate as contained in People's 91 that you recovered from Conrad Murray's iPhone?
Yes, it is.
And going up, the first, I guess, what is actually the second paragraph of that email, I'm going to zoom in, and again, it's an email to Conrad Murray, referencing, beginning right here, I have advised insurers that your records go back from the present time to 2006, when you first met with MJ in Nevada. You confirm that as far as you are aware, you are the only doctor consulted during that 3-year period. Is that accurate as to what was in the body of that email?
Yes, it is.
Now, in your analysis of the iPhone, were you able to recover what appeared to be from the chain reflected in the email information, a response to that email that we just referenced in People's 91?
Yes, there was.
I have that email, Your Honor. It's a one-page document. May that be marked People's 92 for identification?
It is.
Sir, showing you People's 92, appearing to be a responsive email to Bob Taylor in the UK, from Conrad Murray with the same email address with a date of Thursday, June 25th, 2009 at 11:17:08. Would that be 11:17:08 a.m. In Los Angeles?
Yes, it would.
And in this email, the greeting is, "Dear Bob, I am in receipt of your email."
Yes.
Okay. And I'll read the body of this email out loud. "Dear Bob, I am in receipt of your email. I spoke with Mr. Jackson and requested his authorization for release of his medical records in order to assist you to procure a cancellation insurance policy for his show. However, authorization was denied. I therefore suggest that someone from AEG should consult kindly with Mr. Jackson as to its relevance, for he is of the opinion that such a policy is already secured in the U.S. As far as the statements of his health published by the press, let me say they're all fallacious to the best of my knowledge. Sincerely, Conrad Murray, sent from my iPhone." Does that accurately reflect the body of that email sent at 11:17:08 a.m.?
Yes, it does.
And were you able to confirm that that email was actually not only typed but sent from the iPhone?
Yes, I was.
Okay, and as part of that, the actual email where it automatically puts in the signature sent from my iPhone?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Additionally, did you find a screenshot that indicated the individual was using the iPhone keypad to write and send that email?
I did.
I have that screenshot, Your Honor. May that one-page document be marked Peoples 92 for identification?
I think we're up to 93 at this juncture.
93, please.
Did I make a mistake? Thank you. 93.
Showing you, sir, Peoples 93. And again, I'm going to zoom out of that document. Do you recognize that as a screenshot recovered from Conrad Murray's iPhone?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And this shows the same body of the email indicating at the very top, "Dear Bob, I'm in receipt of your email," and it goes on just as the email I read a few moments ago?
I'm sorry, that's correct.
Okay. And this screenshot actually shows the keypad reflecting that someone's actually using the keypad on the iPhone to write this email and send it at 11:17 a.m.?
Yes.
We can have the lights, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Sir, did you also locate on the iPhone a voicemail recording that you were able to timestamp for the date of June 20th, 2009?
Yes, I did.
And in that voicemail recording, did the speaker leaving that voicemail identify themselves as Frank DeLeo?
Yes.
Okay. And I have an audio recording as well as an accompanying transcript. May the audio recording be marked Peoples 94 for identification,
Marked.
and the accompanying transcript be marked Peoples 95, Your Honor?
Marked. Mr. Chernoff, have you and your colleagues heard and seen?
I haven't seen the transcript, but we have heard this.
Is there any objection to publishing?
No objection.
Is that your intent, Mr. Walgren?
It is, Your Honor. I'm getting the transcripts.
All right, thank you. May be stipulated that Mrs. Theodoro need not transcribe Mr. Walgren.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Chernoff? It's accepted. Ladies and gentlemen, each one of you in a few moments will receive your own personal copy of an exhibit marked Peoples 95. Same procedure as before. When you get it, put a P95 on it and put your seat number and circle it. So that'll be Peoples 95 and your seat number. And as before, the actual evidence is Peoples 94, the recording. People's 95 is a transcript. If you happen to hear something differently, rely upon your own individual determination. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
May I hand out the transcript?
You may.
Giving the witness a copy. May I approach the court, Your Honor?
Please. This is People's 95, ladies and gentlemen. Are we missing one? Juror number 3. Alternate number 5 had the extra. This is People's 95, ladies and gentlemen. Do all of you have a copy? Affirmative? Thank you.
Yeah, Your Honor.
You may.
Dr. Murray, it's Frank DeLeo, Michael's manager. I'm the short guy with no hair. Would you please call me at 213-304-9110. I'm sure you're aware he had an episode last night. He's sick. Today's Saturday. Tomorrow I'm on my way back. I'm not going to continue my trip. I think you need to get a blood test on him today. We got to see what he's doing. All right, thank you.
That concludes the playing of People's 94.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mr. Marks, is that the audio voicemail recording you found on Conrad Murray's iPhone?
Yes, it is.
And you indicated you were able to timestamp that voicemail recording as being left on June 20th, 2009?
That's right.
Were you able to get any more specific as far as not only the date, but a time that the iPhone revealed that voicemail recording had been left?
Yes, I was.
What time was that iPhone recording left?
I'd have to refer to my notes.
Okay, do you have those with you?
I have them.
May the witness step down and retrieve his notes, Your Honor?
Please. And the witness is returned.
Did you have an opportunity to review your notes?
Yes, I did.
And according to your forensic analysis, at what time was that voicemail recording left on June 20th, 2009?
That was 7:48 a.m. Pacific time.
Now, in your analysis of the iPhone, did you additionally find on that iPhone an application called iTalk?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And is that essentially a digital voice recording application?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And that when activated allows the iPhone to serve essentially as a digital voice recorder?
That's correct.
Okay. And did you reference a specific recording from Dr. Murray's iPhone with the time and date stamp of May 10th, 2009 at 9:05 a.m.?
Yes, I did.
And how were you able to determine the date of May 10th, 2009 and the time of 9:05 a.m.?
The application that created the recording named the file with the date and timestamp. In addition, the metadata for the file, that is the time that it was actually created on the media, was matched exactly to that, which is the May 20th at 9:05 a.m.
May 10th,
I'm sorry, May 10th.
2009 at 9:05 a.m.?
That's correct.
Okay.
Those two dates matched exactly.
Both the file name that is automatically created as well as the metadata that shows.
When the file was written, I'm sorry, when the file was written to the drive.
Okay, thank you. Your Honor, I have a copy of the recording just referenced of May 10th, 2009 at 9:05 a.m. May that audio recording be marked Peoples 96 for identification.
Marked.
I also have an accompanying transcript. May that transcript be marked Peoples 97 for identification.
Yes. Mr. Chernoff, have you and your colleagues heard the exhibit and read the transcript?
We've heard it, and on opening we heard it. We just haven't seen the transcript.
Mr. Walken is showing a document to Mr. Chernoff.
No objections.
Thank you. Mr. Walken, do you wish to play Peoples 96 and publish Peoples 97?
I do, Your Honor.
Any objection, Mr. Chernoff?
No.
Thank you. You may, Mr. Walken.
May I hand out the transcript, Your Honor?
You may. And ladies and gentlemen, as before, follow the instructions. When you get your copy, put a P97 on it. It's Peoples 97. And put your seat number and circle it on Peoples 97. And once again, is there a stipulation that Mrs. Theodoro, the reporter, need not transcribe, Mr. Walgren?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Chernoff?
Yes.
It's accepted.
May I correct, Your Honor?
Yes. This is Peoples 97, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe one of the copies stuck to another. Are we missing a couple? Alternate 5 is the repository for the extra copies which are being passed out. This is Peoples 97. Juror 1's got his copy. He's the last. Do all of you have a copy? All right. As before, ladies and gentlemen, it's important to emphasize this. Peoples 97, the transcript is a guide. You make up your mind what you hear from Peoples 96 and follow that determination. Use Peoples 97 only as a guide.
May we have the lights dimmed, Your Honor?
You may. That concludes the playing of Peoples 96.
Sir, is that the recording that you recovered from Conrad Murray's iPhone and date and time stamped as May 10th, 2009 at 9:05 in the morning?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Walgren, thank you. Cross-examination by the defense. Mr. Gorgian.
Mr. Marks, good morning.
Good morning.
The recording that we just heard, you indicated that was recorded on May 10th of 2009, correct?
That's correct.
And are you aware May 10th, 2009 fell on a Sunday?
No, I'm not.
Your Honor, may I ask the court to take judicial notice pursuant to Evidence Code 452H that May 10th, 2009 was a Sunday?
I don't have a calendar. I don't know if the people are prepared to say that that's something of which I should take judicial notice.
Not this moment. I'm not saying we may reach agreement, but
I'll proceed on your good faith, and I'll be addressing that in just a moment, but I'll allow you to proceed on that basis, Mr. Gorgia.
Thank you, Your Honor. And you indicated that the time of the recording was at 9:05 a.m. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, Mr. Mark, showing you what was marked as People's 84. You recognize that document?
Yes, I do.
And you testified that that is a screenshot taken from the iPhone, correct?
That's correct.
And the screenshot is when the operating system of the iPhone will save what's displayed on the screen of the phone, correct?
Correct.
This screenshot does not tell you, however, that Dr. Murray, in fact, accessed those emails, correct?
No, that's not correct.
And showing you what's previously been marked as People's 90. Do you recognize that document?
Yes, I do.
And that is an email from a Bob Taylor to Conrad, correct?
That's correct.
Now, below the 2, there is a CC, correct?
Correct.
All right, and what is a CC?
That would indicate others that that same message was copied to.
So in addition to Conrad, that email was also sent to a Sean, Randy, Paul, Tim, and a John Silcock, correct?
Correct.
If you'd like me to take judicial notice, I will.
Will the court take judicial
Yes,
notice
May
that...
10th, 2009 was a Sunday, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate
Thank you.
that. And that email that was shown to you as People's 90, that was part of a series of linked communications, correct?
May I see that again, please?
Yes.
That's People's 90?
Yes.
Yes, there were additional messages in that thread, yes.
Okay. And in fact, there is what we see, a forward : M. Jones, correct?
Correct.
Your Honor, I have 4 pages of emails that I'd like marked as Defense Exhibit L.
Collectively, L as in Lima.
May I approach the witness?
You may.
Mr. Marks, do you recognize what's contained in this document?
Yes, I do.
And would it be fair to characterize this as a thread of emails?
Yes, it would.
And would a thread essentially be a series of linked communications?
Correct.
Okay. Now showing you page 4 of Defense Exhibit L. Your Honor, can we turn off the lights, please?
Certainly.
Do you see that, Mr. Marks?
Yes, I can.
And that is an email from a Justin Burns to a Ian France, correct?
Correct.
And the date is June 22nd of 2009?
That's right.
And you see the body of that email?
Yes.
read what's stated in the email starting from the word clearly?
Clearly, his performance is very physical, and we would want an expert musculoskeletal orthopedic surgeon to advise him on his ability after, I believe it's so many years, without being on stage to perform. The person who would be involved is the most expert, without being on stage. The person involved is the most expert orthopedic surgeon in the UK and advised many high-performance athletes.
I'll stop you there. Thank you. Now showing you page 3 of 4 of Defense Exhibit L. Do you see and recognize that document?
Yes.
And that is a email from Justin Burns to Ian France on June 24, 2009, correct?
That's correct.
And does this appear to be a response to the previous email that we were just talking about?
Was this directly above that previous
Yes.
email? Yes, it does.
Okay. Now, can you read paragraphs 5 and 6 of this email, please?
The whole media circus has also ensured a very negative edge to the situation. As you know, there have been several occasions we have asked the, I believe there's a character missing, so it's, and it's also blurry. Could you sharpen that for me, please?
Yes, of course.
Do we have the document in front of the witness, Your Honor? I don't know that it...
Would that help you?
It would help, yes.
May we do that? I wish I could give you some light, but do the best you can, please. Could we do that, Mr. Gorgi?
Yes, of course, Your Honor. May I approach?
You may.
We've asked the assured to confirm or deny press speculation, always with no response. Number 6, there have been several high-profile medical issues over the years, either confirmed by the Act, his management, or in the court of law, none of which appear in the medical originally submitted for our consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Marks. And now showing you page 1 of 4 of Defense Exhibit L. Do you see and recognize that document?
Yes.
On the bottom of that document, there is an email on June 24, 2009 at 10:37 a.m. from a Bob Taylor, correct?
That's correct.
And that is in response to the email that we just referenced to prior to this, correct?
If this follows this exactly, yes. It was the previous one, yes, it was.
Showing you page 2 of 4 of Defense Exhibit L, which would be the continuation of the email we were just referencing, correct?
Correct.
And this is the email from Bob Taylor, correct?
Correct.
And this would be the body of that email, correct?
That's right.
Okay. And the body of the email over here reads, insurers have, however, refused to move on this as having consulted with the doctor and given the huge amount of speculation in the media regarding the artist's health, they feel that if they are to consider providing illness cover on this particular artist, they must have a very thorough medical report, correct?
That's correct.
Can you read paragraph number 5 that's reflected in the body of the email, please?
We must locate and supply the year medical record as a top priority. The insurers have been firm from the very beginning of the coverage that they will only give illness cover after completion of a further medical and also a review of MJ during a rehearsal. We have made numerous efforts to remove these stipulations.
And could you read what's after that, the sentence that begins with "as regards to"?
As regards to item 5, I understand that Dr. Murray is to contact me shortly in order that I can guide him on what is needed.
And showing you page 1 of 4 of Defense Exhibit L, do you see and recognize this document?
Is that the document we were just reading from?
This was the first page of that document.
Right, yes.
In response to the email that we just referenced, subsequent to that, there is an email from a Paul Gangaware on June 24, 2009, correct?
That's correct.
And in addition to Bob Taylor, that email was also sent to Sean Trell, Tim Woolley, Dr. Conrad Murray, and Randy Phillips, correct?
That's right.
Okay. And the body of that email reads, Dr. Murray copied here. We need to do this at MJ's house. Dr. Murray can comment on the availability of the records, correct?
Correct.
Now, subsequent to that, we have an email from Bob Taylor sent June 24th to Paul Gangaware, correct?
That's right.
In addition, it was CC to Sean Trell, Tim Woolley, Dr. Conrad Murray, and Randy Phillips, correct?
Correct.
And that email begins with, Paul, they will not accept that. They are insisting that this be done in Harley Street, a 50-minute drive at that time of day, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so it appears there's some kind of medical or emergency in regards to the artist's insurance, correct?
I don't know if I could characterize that as emergency. There's certainly concern.
There's a concern regarding the artist's insurance?
Appears to be.
Okay. Now, finally, there's a email from a Bob Taylor on June 25th at 1:54 a.m., correct?
Correct.
And that email was CC'd to Sean Trell, correct?
Correct.
And are you aware that Sean Trell works at AEG Live?
It's actually relevant, to be honest, so this wouldn't.
Same.
Okay. Sean Trell's email, however, is strell@aeglive.com, correct?
That's his address, yes.
Okay. And it was also CC'd to a Tim Woolley,
Correct.
and Tim Woolley's email is timwoolley@earthlink.net,
That's right.
and a Randy Phillips was also CC'd, correct?
That's right.
And his email was rphillips@aeglive.com, correct?
Correct.
Thank you, Mr. Marks. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Gorgian, thank you.
Do we have the lights on? redirect. Mr. Walgren?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Just one moment. Mr. Gorgian is going to retrieve the exhibit. Thank you.
And we open on one issue. Read it.
You may, and the defense may reopen as well.
Mr. Marks, the iTalk application, in order to activate that, does one need to manipulate the iPhone and essentially open up that application and activate it manually for it to record?
Yes.
Okay. May I see defense L? Mr. Marks, as referenced in Defense L, what is essentially this 4-page chain of emails, it's fair to say there's multiple references to individuals involved being concerned about obtaining the 5-year medical history from Michael Jackson. Is that accurate?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And as you indicated in your questioning by defense counsel, this entire chain of emails was in fact forwarded to Dr. Conrad Murray by his email address.
That's right.
Okay. And the email chain in question, the latest date on there, in other words, we have a date of June 22nd, June 24th, and the final date being actually on the first page of the document, June 25th, 2009 at 1:54 a.m. So again, that would be Pacific Daylight Time here in Los Angeles.
That's right.
Okay. And part of that email received June 25th at 1:54 a.m. That entire chain was sent to a Dr. Conrad Murray at sbcglobal.net, correct?
That's right.
Okay. And subsequent to that, the email was sent, as defense counsel characterized it, as part of this chain of emails. People's 91 was sent to Conrad Murray, then the same date, but at 5:54 a.m. Is that accurate?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And then in People's 92, the same date, but now 11:17 a.m. From Conrad Murray. In response to this entire chain of emails, he states, as far as the statements of his health published by the press, let me say they're all fallacious to the best of my knowledge, correct?
That's correct.
You know that word fallacious to mean false or misleading?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Walgren, thank you. Mr. Gorgian, recross, and you may reopen cross if you'd like.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. May Mr. Marks be excused by the people?
Yes, Your Honor.
By the defense?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Marks, I want to thank you for your testimony.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sir, please don't discuss it or the facts of the case with any other witness until we finish the trial. You may step down and you may leave.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May we approach, Your Honor?
Yes.